Blood pressure is the force with what your blood flows in the blood vessels, and high blood pressure or hypertension is when the force of the blood flowing in your blood vessels is consistently too high. High blood pressure is a silent killer. Most of the times there are no obvious symptoms, and certain physical traits and lifestyle choices can put you at a greater risk of suffering from hypertension, which can further lead to stroke and heart attack. If you go check your pantry right now, you will find out the everyday salt that you have been using in your food is highly processed and bleached and a very bad friend to your blood pressure. Today we will try to know what types of salts are available in the market, how are they different from each other, and which one you're supposed to use to keep your blood pressure levels in check. We all know that salt is sodium chloride. What we are unaware of most of the times is salt never exists just as sodium chloride. When it is found in its natural form, it has other trace minerals including magnesium, potassium and calcium, which are responsible to keep our blood pressure levels in check, while sodium helps us balance our body fluid levels, transport impulses, and helps our muscles contract and relax, including our heart. The type of salt you consume makes a big difference on whether or how much spike it causes in your blood pressure. So stay tuned till the end to find out which are the best two types of salt for you to include in your diet. Something like this, which is iodized table salt, is the kind of salt available in all of our houses. It comes in many different kinds of brands, but the brand really doesn't make a difference over here. This salt is typically mined from the underground salt deposits and comes with a lot of salt impurities. In order to get rid of these impurities, it is heavily processed and bleached. And while it is processed and bleached, all the other trace minerals that naturally occur in the salt are all wiped out. There is no trace of these trace minerals, including magnesium, potassium and calcium. That's why this is the worst kind of salt and causes a very high spike in your blood pressure. So whatever you do, stay away from this salt. The second type of salt that we are going to talk about today is non-iodized table salt. So how is it different from the iodized table salt we previously spoke about? Before I answer that question, let me give you a little bit background of what is iodine and how it affects our body. Humans require trace amount of iodine, which is a non-metallic mineral. It is very vital for growth and development. Iodine is found in soils, which is absorbed by plants, which are in turn eaten by humans and animals. Thyroid gland is home to body's largest iodine store. Thyroid requires iodine to synthesize the thyroid hormone. In absence of iodine or in deficiency of iodine, there is enlargement of thyroid gland called as goiter. It also causes slowed metabolism and increased weight gain, along with other hypothyroidism symptoms such as fatigue and intolerance to cold. Iodine deficiency can also lead to neurological, gastrointestinal and skin abnormalities. In the women who are pregnant or nursing, iodine deficiency can lead to fetal and child development issues. So if you think iodized table salt is bad, the non-iodized table salt is even more pathetic. Now let's talk about three types of salts that are good for health. Now this is kosher salt. This is far more superior to the regular table salt that you use. Kosher salt has wider and coarse grains versus table salt. The coarse grains of kosher salt salt the food in a gentle way. It enhances the taste of the food instead of just making it salty. This salt is one of the best type of salt you can use for cooking. It is far more superior than the table salt which we conventionally use in our kitchen. Now let's talk about something even better, sea salt. This is the brand that I like and I use, but you can use whichever one is available for you and you like. salt is produced by evaporation of ocean water and salty water bodies, usually with minimal processing. Depending on the water source, it leaves behind a number of trace minerals which add taste and color to the sea salt. Sea salt is finer and less concentrated than many of your other options, and it also has almost 85 to 95 trace minerals which are very essential. All these added minerals in the sea salt not only make it taste better, but it does not cause a steep spike in your blood pressure as it does with a regular table salt. Since salt is a very commonly consumed ingredient in food, it is vital to pay attention to some of the harmful impacts it can have on our health. Though sodium is vital in our body for contraction and relaxation of muscles, to maintain proper fluid balance and to transmit nervous system impulses, too much of sodium can lead to high blood pressure. Hence, pink salt is my favorite of all the other salts, and it should be yours as well. The natural process of harvesting this salt does not strip away minerals from it. It has significantly higher number of minerals compared to any other salt you can come across. And you know how it is pink in color? All because of the high mineral content in it. It has n number of trace minerals including potassium, magnesium and calcium, which help keep your blood pressure in normal levels. So what are you waiting for? Swap your refined salt with unrefined salt. It also tastes better and ups your cooking game. Now there is also something as low sodium salt, which has 55 to 66% of less sodium in it. But it has other artificial things added to it which are way more harmful. So I would ask you to stay away from anything that's artificial. The best way is to go natural, unrefined and unprocessed and win your blood pressure game. I hope this video answered all your questions about salt, and next time you go grocery shopping, you exactly know which salt is good for your health. Now you know the drill. Like, share and subscribe and help spread this eudaimonia of health. Remember, these salts are not chemically different. They are all the same chemical composition, sodium chloride. So whichever salt you use, do so in moderation. It is recommended that not more than 2300 milligrams of sodium can be consumed per 24 hours. Always choose the salts that are unrefined and unprocessed and has maximum amount of trace minerals in it, as these help to keep your blood pressure in moderation. If you are a patient suffering from hypertension, it is advised that you take your prescription medications without a miss. Stay healthy. See you next time.